Hi there, everyone. This is Jo with Crystal Luna Tarot. This is going to be a reading for Cancer. Hi, Cancer. How are you guys doing? Seems like I'm putting less tonic today than usual. I'm not sure what the issue is. I think it's the pour stop. But anyway, we're good. Anyway, Cancer, so today we're doing a reading for you. This is something a bit different, okay? This is going to be called the Shadow Lover. The reason we're doing this is because there are some connections that do ghost us. There are connections that seem so strong and then we're just left hanging. There are connections where we're left asking ourselves what went wrong, what, just overall there's questions, more questions than answers. So today we're doing a one-on-one. I am going to do a blessing for you in general for the next anywhere between now to the next 3 months, okay? So the energy plays out different for everyone, but I want to see what your blessings are in general. Your blessings are for love. I also have tarot, which I'm going to pull out a couple of tarot, and then most importantly, the shadow side. So the shadow lover. What is going on with your shadow lover? Why did they stop calling? Why did they ghost you? Why do they act distant? Like why? Okay, so that's what we're going to answer with these. So what we're going to do is we are going to get started, and actually before then, let me just welcome you. Welcome if this is the first time you're here, and welcome if you're returning, okay? Feel free to leave a comment down below. I will be answering 5 questions, okay? So that means that 5 commenters, or whoever comments down below, I will pick 5 of you to answer with a 1-card pull. I will not be sending an additional email out or anything quite like that. It takes way too long, so I will just answer the question down below. So the universe will pick out 5 commenters, and I will go ahead and answer your question down below, because sometimes even with these readings, since they are not personal, it's really hard to pinpoint if this is your reading or not. But if it doesn't resonate, one thing I do know, don't push it, don't force it, then it's not your reading. All right, anyway, let's get started. So first things first, I want to know what your blessing is going to be. Tell me what the blessing for Cancer is going to be overall, okay? So what is Cancer's blessing overall? And this is like I said, it could be up to a 3-month reading depending on your energies. So your energy pulled a blessing of protection. So that means that no matter what, okay, do know that you are going to be protected by the higher powers, by your higher consciousness. If someone isn't allowed to be in your love space at this time, Cancer, is because they're not letting them through. So do know you are protected and you are spiritually guided, okay? So let's go ahead and put this card right up here so that you are able to just reflect on it, if it will stay up throughout the reading. And yeah, hopefully you should be able to see it. Let's go ahead and see what your blessing in love is going to be. What is Cancer's blessing in love? And you got self-respect. Okay, so that's going to be your blessing in love. It's self-respect. You're going to be on a path of really figuring out what it is that makes you tick, okay? What it is that, you keep kind of like falling into, what trap you keep falling into when it comes to these relationships that aren't working out, these people that just come into your life which appear to have no purpose whatsoever. But nonetheless, self-respect is going to be a gift that is given to you from the universe, okay? So let's go ahead and set this card aside, and let's put the timer on because we are getting started with your tarot reading. So let's go ahead and pull 3 cards. Show me 3 cards for Cancer, which means I need to know what is going to be the most important energy that Cancer needs to know right now. The most important information and the energy that Cancer is pulling at this time. Cards are already pre-shuffled, as I usually do in premeditation, so that means I don't have to shuffle too much on camera, okay? So it saves us time. All right, guys, we have 3 cards, and you pulled the following. All right, so you have the 7 of Pentacles. That is putting in hard work, hard labor, putting in sometimes too much work and not getting anything out of it, or at least not what we can see in the surface. This is like putting in material work, labor, hard efforts, but we don't really see what the payout is going to be just yet. We also have the Two of Wands, which means that you are actually in more control than you actually think you may be right now. Currently, right now, if you feel as if you have lack of control or you're not, I would say, making the best decisions right now when it comes to love, I have news for you. Within the next 2 weeks, 2 months, you actually are going to start seeing the product of these blessings, okay, with a blessing of protection and self-respect, because the final card is the Strength. So you pulled a major arcana, so that's great. The major arcana could also be a Leo or a fire sign, but nonetheless, this is about you, and I wanted to make it about you. Do know that your blessing is that of strength, okay, Cancer? So that is what you can expect to see in the next couple of weeks or next couple of months. All right, so now let's get started and see how you're working around individual signs. Not necessarily working around signs, but what is going on between you and that particular sign. So for those Cancers that are dating in Aries, this is what we have for you. And these are oracle cards, so I will not be taking these inverted, okay? But should Aries have a message for you, the following would be: our connection still affects me. So this is an Aries that is still affected by meeting you, by having you by having you in their life, okay? It also says walking away and new direction. So it's it's letting you know that they did have to walk away because they chose a new direction. That may be they're either dating someone else, or they could have just overall moved. They may have changed career paths. Nonetheless, Aries right now is really just trying to work on themselves and their self-image, and they are letting you know that they needed to walk away, but your connection still affects them, okay? So they still think about you. So I want you to know that if you're thinking about your Aries, okay, if you're thinking if Aries is going to contact you, if this is over, or if there's, if this is to be continued, this is to be continued. Yes, they do have a new direction, but it still affects them, which tells me that you should still hear from Aries within the next couple of weeks or next couple of months. You have not heard the end of Aries as of yet, okay? Now, Cancer, if you're dealing with a Taurus, we have the following cards. We have the I know I screw things up, and honestly, I have no idea how to fix it. So this is someone who completely lost control, did the unthinkable, probably cheated, probably mistreated you, or just overall didn't even have an explanation as to why they couldn't follow through. But this is also the silence card. So this person completely just silenced up. And, you have the Muse card, so the Muse card. So this is almost like saying that they have used excuses. They are using something else as a reason as to why they haven't connected with you again, okay? There's something else in the picture, okay? They are either creatively working on themselves, or they had to be silenced. This is I gotta tell you, there's a bigger story here between you and Taurus that I can see in the surface, Cancer. But from what I can see here, and for the sake of keeping this video short, okay, I can tell you that there is going to be more communication between you and Taurus, because the way things ended, there was no closure, okay? And if you're still in contact with them, they're not saying much, and they are intentionally not saying what they feel. So I feel there was a genuine connection here, and they know they screwed up, and at least they are admitting to that, but they don't know how to fix it because they themselves are working on what's going on around them. I feel their heart and their throat chakra is blocked, so they're unable to feel, okay, they're unable to express what they feel. All right, Cancer? Now, Cancer is dealing with a Gemini. The following cards are the I need more time to figure things out. So that means they're not ready. They're not ready to be in a committed relationship. They probably want something that is casual. It also has the vengeful. So if you did have a connection with this Gemini, or if you did date this Gemini and it was casual at first and then you started dating other people, they really got pissed that you did. And they're using it against you, and now they don't want to talk to you. So how do things look with you and Gemini? as of right now, I really feel like they can't talk to you right now, because if they do speak to you, they're going to say some pretty nasty things, wrongful things, and they're going to bite their tongue, hold their tongue. And if they did talk to you, and if you spoke to them recently, you probably wish you didn't, because this is an indication that someone isn't saying or doing the right thing, and they are muting themselves out, and they probably erased you from like their social media, or they blocked you or something. They're deliberately completely are making themselves unknown, invisible to you, to get revenge. Okay, just so that you know. So Cancer is a deliberate act. Now let's talk about Cancers dealing with Cancers. If you're dealing with another Cancer, what we have here is, I feel safer in silence. Okay, someone doesn't want to really express their feelings. There's a feeling of emptiness with them as well, and numbing. Okay, so someone here is unable to express their feelings, and that is the other Cancer that you're dealing with. Okay, because they're feeling numb right now. They're feeling as if they didn't, I feel like they felt that they didn't get back the attention or the love that they put out. So do I feel you're going to have this Cancer contact you back sometime soon? I feel that you are, because numbing usually is a temporary effect. Emptiness is something that they can absolutely quickly heal if they do acknowledge that it's something that they need to work on. And they feel safer in silence means that they just need to feel more comfortable expressing themselves. I really feel that they are afraid of what you're going to say to them. So therefore, they're not speaking because they're afraid of what they're going to hear from you. It's almost like the person that actually doesn't say much, because they know that once you open up that door, the floodgates are just open, and that's going to have to be a whole new storyline now. And I really feel someone is, they just don't want to tap into those emotions right now. They are choosing to be numb. Okay, Cancer? Now, Cancers that are dealing with Leo, the message they have for you is the following. It says, I wish I could take back the things I said. Okay, so this is someone who's regretful, or they're pretty mad at themselves for how they actually let things, how far they let things go. Repelled. Okay, so they're repelled by themselves, and if it's not repelled by their own actions, it could be that you maybe said some things to them, so they retaliated, said some things to you that were totally inappropriate or just out of anger, and they feel they should have had more control because their pride and their ego was hurt. Somehow, Cancer, you hurt Leo's pride and ego. So, I mean, I can't tell you what that is because it's going to be different for everyone, but I can tell you that if this is a reading that you're connecting to, your Leo is hurt, okay? Their pride, their ego, how they see themselves is completely being challenged, okay? Like, they feel you should see them in a different light, and yet you do not. So do I feel they're going to contact you? Yes, I do. I don't feel it's the end of that, but I think it's going to take some time, okay? And like I said, this is a 3-month reading, and that is why I expanded it to be for that time frame. Now, for Cancers dealing with Virgo, here we have the no other compares to you. So if they went out and searching for a new love, another love, a love that they felt was going to be more fulfilling, or to an old love, I got news for you. It didn't work out too well because you want them. How they did you wants them, okay, Cancer? And they are trying to release these feelings. They are really trying to even probably release this person that they're currently with right now. I feel there's another party involved here. I feel interference, but they are haunted. Therefore, I feel that even though they're trying to release, okay, they're trying to release you, your memory, or whatever it is that is here still, like, just brewing, I feel that they will be in contact with you. I feel that there's still more that needs to be talked about, but I don't know that there's going to, it's almost like they'll contact you for like closure on their end, but make sure you get your closure, because I can see them saying their truth, their piece, and then it's like they're good, and that leaves you pretty much right where you started, okay? So keep in mind, all right, that that's something that could possibly happen. Now, Cancer, if you are dealing with a Libra, here we have, how could you still love me after what I've done? So this is Libra screwing up, doing something that wasn't right, inappropriate. This could be cheating because I see third party over here. And what do we have on this side? Scorned. Okay, yeah. So, um, this could be either payback. This could be a Libra that feels as if they're taking some sort of revenge, love revenge on you, or the circumstances, or you getting back together with an ex, or because there's a third party here. So this could be, I feel like this could be many things, but I feel it's another individual. Okay, Cancer? So, but it says, how can you love me after all I've done? So I feel like maybe they were the ones who burned some bridges with you. So, I gotta say, it looks rough between you and Libra right now, Cancer. Okay? I would definitely, like, if you could get a personal reading from a reader, in general, get a reading because there's so much more that is taking place between you and Libra. It's almost like too much. We can't cover it here. But do know that they are aware that they screw things up bad. They burn bridges. They don't know that they can, they're not sure they can fix it. So I don't know that they're even going to try. Okay? And that's the problem. All right, so Cancers who are dealing with a Scorpio, we have, I've looked you up online to see what you've been up to. So someone's been up to some snooping around, okay? And then we have disillusions, and then we have a barrier. Okay, this is a problem. This is very stalker type energy. So Cancer, this could be that you have a Scorpio in your life that you don't want to talk to, or you do want to talk to, but then you had to block them somehow, okay? Or you are going to, it's almost like you can't, gosh, I feel tongue-tied. It's almost like you don't want to talk to them, but you kind of like feel like you have to. Or there's still going to be a relationship between the two of you, but you guys are avoiding it because I feel like they're still looking you up. They still want to see what you're up to, and they're very jealous. So I feel there's a lot of jealousy here. Be very careful, Cancer, okay? Because the fact that this is disillusion, it makes me believe that this person doesn't really see things as they are. So your views on whatever this relationship connection may have been could be very different than theirs, where you may have thought it was casual, they thought it was opposite, or maybe you thought it was, you know, just casual and they were more, you know what I mean. It's just like there's a barrier here, okay? So that means that they're being stopped from talking to you, okay? So keep that in mind before you take things to the next level. Don't open up something that you, it's almost like opening up old wounds, I feel, okay? Now, Cancer, if you're dealing with Sagittarius, it says you are an angel. Oh my God, you have a Sag that is still hooked on you. Sell out and union. Oh my goodness, they are hooked on you, Cancer. So they realized that you are really special, okay? But they sold you out, okay? That could be because I feel they have some sort of addiction, or maybe their behavior is one that they can't control, or they feel they can't control, so they feel that they sold you out and you were like so good to them, like you like there's nothing you could have done differently, and yet they still effed it up, but they still want a union with you, and there's still potential there, but there's a lot of hurt and forgiveness that needs to take place before you guys even consider getting back together with Sag. But I see a union there, okay? So that is not completely, you know, X'd out. Now, for Cancers that are dealing with an Aquarius, we have the, it's easier just to stay away right now. All right, they're mad. They're pissed. They're mad. Medicating, so they're self-medicating. There's someone here who can't handle what happened, Cancer, okay? I feel this was a breakup and a makeup, okay? At the same time, like, you may have broken up with them, they may have broken up with you, maybe it's almost like it was going back and forth, but right now they're in a really bad state, Cancer. So I think they're right. I think they really shouldn't be talking to you right now because they are stuck. They need to figure out what they want, okay? Because if they come back into your life, it's going to be the same thing all over again. It's going to be a back and forth type of thing where you just aren't going to get anywhere. I feel like this is like stuck in the mud is it's just another term for saying you're not moving anywhere. You're just going to be stuck. Either they're stuck dealing with someone else or whatever it is that they're doing. It could be drugs, it could be alcohol, whatever it is, they're stuck. They can't change it. So therefore, they will be bringing this energy to you. So will they contact you? They probably will try to contact you. It's going to be your discretion, okay, if you're going to pursue this relationship or not. But they still do want you, but it's not healthy from what I can see. Now, Cancer is dealing with Capricorn. We have the following. We have solitude. We have one-sided. And I just wasn't ready for you. All right, so this is probably more than likely you wanted to get together with Capricorn. Capricorn wasn't anywhere near ready for what you brought to them, the emotion, the love, the attention, the openness. And they were just like, they froze. It was one-sided, so it tells me that one person was trying much more than the other, so it could have been you, okay? They acknowledge that, and they are alone. I don't see that they're dating anyone, and if they are with someone, they might as well be alone because they're not paying that person any mind either, okay? To be continued with you in Capricorn, just so you know, it's not over yet, okay? And I see potential there with Capricorn. I see potential there, Cancer. So Cancer is dealing with Pisces. Finally, last but not least, okay? And before I end this, if you do enjoy the video and if it did resonate in any way, feel free to give it a thumbs up and show some love, okay? Alright, so let's get started with Pisces, because Pisces has a message that says, being apart has been life-changing for me. Well, that's refreshing, right? And then they're guarded, but then there's compromise. Bam. Okay, I understand exactly what this is right now, Cancer. Pisces is ready to negotiate, okay? And when I when I say negotiate, like it sounds like it's some sort of like, work transaction or business transaction, is because maybe it comes off like it was that. Like it had to be like, what are you going to do for me? Like I do this, what do you do for me? Like, it's almost like someone here was nitpicking, and they were just kind of like comparing and taking notes and being guarded in the sense that it's like, I show you emotional, love by giving you hugs and kisses and by showing up at work with coffee or paying for lunch or I don't know, just whatever the case is, where, every time we try to kind of just get intimate, like you just really just become really cold. I just feel like Pisces was being really cold, but they're ready to compromise. That's their shadow side right now that is being guarded, okay? But look at the butterfly. They're ready for transformation. And you notice how the butterfly is blue? That means they're ready to talk. So being apart from you or not talking to you the way you used to is actually very good for Pisces right now, and it's going to be good for you, Cancer. All right, guys, that's all I have for you. I will be back with another reading. It's going to be another love reading, but in another way. It's not going to have so many dark type cards, and it's going to be a charm reading as well. So guys, sending you so much love, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao.